today. And to start off with, I know this is a silly statement in some ways, but it's true that 2 equals 2. Now, when we have the number -2, -2 simply equals -2. Try again. -2 equals -2. What you also need to be aware of is that the negative sign can simply mean opposite. So you could read this as -2 equals -2, or you could read it as the opposite of 2 is equal to the opposite of 2. And that's true. That's a true statement. We're going to take it out a step farther. If we have the opposite of 2, or -2, the opposite of -2 is 2. Okay. Go another one. If we have -2 and the opposite of -2 makes that +2, then the opposite of that becomes -2. Following me? Again, we have -2. The opposite of -2 is 2. The opposite of 2 is -2. And the opposite of -2 is +2. The opposite of the opposite of the opposite of the opposite of the opposite equals -2. Can you see a pattern developing in this problem or in these situations? It switches. It's going back and forth.
The 2 gets bigger on positive ones.
Yeah, I'm not sure why that happened, but it did. Yes?
The odd amount of negative or opposite equals the negative.
Exactly, Jonathan. Good. If you look at the number of negative signs in each problem, starting here with this one, we have one negative sign, and it gives us a negative result. When we had 2 negative signs, it gave us a positive result. When we had 3, it gave us a negative. 4 was an even. 5 was a negative. So 6 would be even. So when you have a negative amount of negatives, an odd amount of negative signs, it's going to be a negative result. If you have an even number of negative signs, it's going to be a positive result. It doesn't matter how many positive signs you have in the problem. It's all based on the number of negative signs. Brittany, what does this simplify to? -7. Why? There's an odd number of negative signs. That means you're going to have a negative result, and then you just have the number. Dakota.
Yeah.
Let's say I had 112 negative signs in front of the number 2. 112 negative signs in front of the number 2.
Positive.
Be a positive 2. Because 112 is an even number.
Evens or positive?
Even, positive, negative, odd, negative.
That's very simple.
Right. That's what I was saying. It's a very, very easy, simple lesson. Yes?
Are we done? 'Cause I
Let
got
me make
another
sure.
rebel flag story. This one's scary.
What good example? Maybe I do have these up here. Okay, here we go. Delaney,
Positive.
what's this going to be?
+6.
+6. Why?
Because there's an even number of things. Yeah, negative signs.
Yes. Oh, didn't get rid of the answer on that one. My bad.
I know that.
Well, that's easy.
So if you saw that, there you go.
It's 4.
It's going to be what?
So
This is a
just
plus.
4.
Don't count the positive sign. It's not included in figuring. How many negative signs are in the problem?
-3.
3. So 3 would make it a -4.
3. 4. So what do you do with
Print.
positives?
see?
Had you seen that picture before that I sent you?
No, I haven't. That's funny.
Let's try one. You think I can get another one of them incentive forms? I already lost it.
That he just gave you this morning?
I try not to lose it, but I was in such a hurry.
Can you go in and ask?
Can I go and ask Mr. Contract for this lesson?
It's not that. It's the 13th.
It's
The
a
13th year now.
Yeah, 13th, yeah.
Well, Madison says it.
Hope I didn't just sign my
I
life.
try not to make it
Just
miserable for
say
them,
no.
but we do
You
need
promise you're
one.
not gonna cheat.
And you know me.
I do know you.
Always taking pen.
Not a problem for me to sign something that says I'm not gonna cheat.
I don't cheat.
Okay.
Often. Just kidding. 1 through 30.
What did I see?
We have
I
testing,
saw,
man. I gotta
let's
study.
not do Wednesday.
What? Friday. Thursday. Oh my, it's Thursday.
What did I see on cheating just recently?
We have probably Shane doing it, so it wasn't us.
No, it was outside of school. Somebody said something and spoke about cheating outside of.
Why would they do
About
that?
how they were going to cheat?
It's kind of a motivation thing.
Like how to not cheat?
No, oh, I know what it was. It was Mr. Phil, Dr. Phil, had a mom on his show that
Oh, like
did her
cheating.
kids' homework for them, and it was bad enough that she was working on her 15-year-old son's English paper one night, and her sister was videoing this because she knew what was going to happen. So the sister was videoing the mom working on the homework when the son came in, and he went off on her, saying, "How am I ever going to learn if you're doing my work for me? I'm the one that needs to know how to do this if you want me to be able to go to college, and you doing this for me isn't going to make that happen." I just thought it was impressive that a 15-year-old freshman in high school whose mom was doing the homework for him was upset about that because he wanted to be the one to learn. Whether he got an A or got a D, he wanted to be the one to do it. I thought that was a kind of a stand-up, especially looking at the mom.
Yeah,
The
what was
mom
in
was
her mind?
a control freak lady.
It's crazy.
So-
Put her down.
Put her down.